Welcome to Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Automobile Dealers Association. Hi, hello, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Kentucky Horsepower, the official podcast of the Kentucky Automobile Dealer Association. I am Jason Wilson, president of KADA, and very pleased to be with you today. And today we're going to talk about something a little bit different from some of our last podcasts. We're going to talk about health insurance. We're going to talk about specifically employee benefits and why that's relevant and why that's important. Let me begin by saying, as most of you know, KADA has had a long-term health insurance program platform that a number of you participate in currently, both franchise dealers and our independent dealer members. But in discussing ways we can enhance that and bring something more to our members as a whole, we thought it was important to find an avenue that offered employee benefits. And we're going to talk a little bit about that today, what that means to your organizations, what it could mean to your employees, the benefits therein. And we'll start discussing that. But we are excited. This is a new partnership that we have that's going to work in a collaborative way with the health insurance program. So now we're really in a position that this insurance program brought to you by KADA really has something that will cover everything for the standpoint, not only in your health insurance side of things, but on these employee benefits or voluntary benefits that it's referred to as times. And joining me today, I'm very pleased to have Colin Royster and Ben Hoffman. They are both senior vice presidents with Integrum Advisors. I'll give you a little bit of background on Integrum Advisors so you understand the crux of this relationship. As many of you know, that I come from the state of Virginia, where I was with the Virginia Auto Dealer Association for many years. And Colin and Ben with Integrum Advisors are a subsidiary of VADA and work closely with a number of dealers in Virginia and other states, for that matter, on these employee benefits programs. So there was a natural synergy that just took place here, being the familiarity I had with the organization, with the group, the work they've been doing in other states. And we brought in our health insurance team lead with that as well, and really came up with what we feel to be a pretty comprehensive program. So with that, Colin, let me start with you. Let's talk first at a very high level. What are employee benefits and why should dealers care about them? What's important about employee benefits?
Yeah, thanks, Jason. It's a great question. In our experience, as you mentioned, we were born out of the Auto Dealers Association, and for the last almost 30 years have worked with car dealerships, both in Virginia and outside of Virginia. And, fast forward as we have the onset of the Affordable Health Care Act, and in the HR world, we have the Me Too movement. We have a number of complexities that have come on the scene of this employee benefit space. And it was about 5 years ago, we had some of our largest dealers come to us, and they said, we realize we have got to attract and retain talent in a different way than we have before. We've got to keep really good people in our business, or we may not be in business for another generation or two. So we almost by accident fell into what we now call our blueprint process. This process looks at your internal resources and your goals to figure out how do I attract and retain talent, and how do I pay for it and manage it more efficiently? So to answer your question, Jason, what are employee benefits? Employee benefits are the pieces of the puzzle that allows dealers to keep good employees to run their business. And at Integrum Advisors, truly by accident, we have developed a proven, unique process that puts all those puzzle pieces together to help dealers figure out employee benefits and how to keep those good employees and how to pay for it.
So Ben, let me ask you this. So regarding this employee benefits program that we speak of, really, when we're talking about employee benefits, it's designed to complement and sort of fill in the gaps of what health insurance may not cover as part of that. Is that right? Is that a good way to put it?
That's correct, Jason. We feel that, again, as Colin mentioned, the employee benefits spectrum is continually to evolve, and we feel like we're on the forefront of that evolution. And so our goal is to sit on the same side of the table as your dealers and help them to create and implement a plan that's going to best fit their needs. And so, yeah, we're looking at everything from A to Z, soup to nuts, to ensure that that they're getting the biggest bang for their buck but also they're offering a comprehensive plan that's going to allow their employees to have the best coverage possible at the hopefully at the cheapest rate.
So you talk about, and this is very true. It's not just Kentucky, not just Virginia, but throughout the country, and not just automotive. But it's hard to find good people right now, bringing people in to work and fill positions. So I imagine, again, this is an important, a very important piece of that overall dealer offering. When an employee looks at, or potential employees looks at that, what's in it for me sort of scenario when choosing to go to work somewhere. Let's talk a little bit about this process. Now, to be clear, there are a lot of organizations out there that offer these type of benefits, but talk a little bit about what's unique and how you actually sort of dive into finding out what is the best fit. Every organization is different. Every makeup is different. So talk a little bit about that process as far as learning what that dealership is all about, both from a philosophical standpoint, but just how they are structured and finding ways that best accommodate those needs.
Yeah, Jason, great question. And as I mentioned, we have this proven, unique process that we have used for the last 5 years that puts these puzzle pieces in place. And I've got a little basketball team of kids, as many of you all know, and we were in the mountains a few months ago, and I put into Waze or my Google Maps to try to figure out how to get home. And I got that spinning wheel of death. It couldn't figure out where I was. So our process figures out where are you at as an organization, what are your goals, and how do you want to get there? And then we draw the proverbial blue line on how do you get there, what tools, what resources, what products do you need in place to build out your employee benefit plan. And this process, although it may seem vague, this process is a continual process that happens year after year, and that has really 2 to 3 main pieces. The first phase, we consider this discovery, truly figuring out what tools, what resources, what goals do you have in as an organization, and where can we improve those goals. So again, first and foremost is discovery. And for anybody considering going down this path, that's really about a 30-minute conversation with your office staff to figure out where are you at today. It's very painless, but discovery is about a 30-minute conversation. We then start to do on our side quite a bit of analysis to figure out what tools, what resources, what expertise, and what products do you need in place. We then begin to build out a roadmap where we put all this on paper in a plan for not only ourselves, but business owners in Kentucky.
Well, it sounds pretty straightforward and fairly painless, as you said. What are you finding as you're, just like dealerships can vary different, vary quite a bit from one rooftop to the next. On the benefits side, do most dealerships have at least certain basic line items in place, or is it really all over the map? And what is the overall just knowledge as it relates to employee benefits? When you start having these conversations, are you finding that there are a number of stores that are just fully aware and fully understand these programs, or are you finding it's more the other scenario where it's confusing, it can be a little overwhelming, and it's difficult to make some decisions, sometimes paralysis by analysis, because it can be so overwhelming as you start talking about employee benefits? Ben, what is your take on that?
Yeah, Jason, I would agree. I think we're seeing it all over the place. You're going to have folks that truly understand what it is that are being offered or available to them, and you're going to have folks out there that really don't know and don't understand. And so, in a nutshell, it is very complex. It's convoluted. We use the term the ecosystem is all. There's so many different angles and turns in it, and to navigate that ecosystem takes a lot of skill. And so again, we are here to help and assist in that. Our goal is, as I mentioned before, is to sit on the same side of the table to deliver a product and a service that is something that's high level and you don't see out there. Kind of to add to that point, we have several different items and things, that resources available within our company that you don't always see out there in this space. We have a team of enrollers who are bodies people that go out to dealerships every day at the current moment, every day, and sit down kneecap to kneecap with folks, and they educate, they communicate these benefits to our clients for us. And the goal is to make sure that these employees and their dependents walk away understanding truly what it is that they have and what it is that that is available to them. So if something does happen and they have a need in their family, they know where to turn and where to go for that help. That is unique in our space. You don't see that a lot. We also have a bunch of resources on the back end administratively that we can help ease the human resource, the HR burden for some of your dealers. And so we do pride ourselves in being a multifaceted agency that has all types of levels of service that can accommodate any type of dealer that's out there.
So I think you raised something that's sort of interesting. A lot of times people think at the very basic level, because it can be confusing. I have health insurance. If something happens, I'm good. I have health insurance and, you know, I'm good to go. But as you all know better than most, there are a lot of shortfalls there with that. And thus the need to go through and explain these type of employee benefits. It is not a one size fits all scenario by any means. And which leads me to sort of my next question. I know you all work with groups of all sizes. You have multi rooftops that may, you know, they have potentially a couple dozen rooftops to, you know, single to, you know, 2 rooftop sort of thing. So there's a vast difference there, both in scale and need. Is your program and what you all offer equipped to, whether it be the large supersize organization or the smaller organization, what are you finding there as far as being able to accommodate those needs that are so different from one side to the other? Colin, let you take a stab at that first.
Yeah, great question, Jason. And absolutely, in our experience in the automotive space, we've adapted and speaks to the uniqueness of the blueprint process. It works very well for your single point group with, you know, 15 folks on staff. It also works well for that dealership with 15 stores. So it also speaks to the differences of those two organizations and their needs and the needs of their employees and the needs of who they want to attract. So yes, absolutely.
Okay. Well, gentlemen, we're about at that time. Again, this was designed to be really just a high level, you know, discussion as it relates to this new component of the KADA insurance program. Ladies and gentlemen, there will be with this podcast, there'll be some detailed information of how to contact Ben and Colin to start discussions and taking a look as we enter the end of 2021 and enter 2022, some things that you all can do differently within your organization. As mentioned at the onset, I know these gentlemen extremely well, have known for a number of years and know the work they do. And it's no accident that KADA has chose to partner with Integrum Advisors, given their specialty of both knowledge, their blueprint process to ensure that there is a good fit that makes sense for each organization. So I would encourage you to, at the very least, have that discussion, put in those phone calls, whether you're a franchise dealer, whether you're an independent operator. This is something that truly everybody can use and utilize. And my friends here at Integrum Advisors make this pretty painless. So gentlemen, I thank you for your time today. I feel this has been informative and I'm excited about where we're going on with this insurance platform. Again, one of the things we're trying to do as an organization is to really offer some type of or coverage or service, whatever the dealer may need, whether it's in insurance space, whether it's other aspects of the business. The role of the association is to vet out some of these processes and folks that are in this line of work and look to bring you the best. And I feel that we've done that here. So again, gentlemen, thanks for spending time with us today. And I'd encourage our members to reach out, follow up, and learn more about Integrum Advisors and what they can do for you. So until next time, that will do it for this edition of Kentucky Horsepower, and we'll see you all down the road.